Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Crime Pays but Bonnie Doesn't. Today, I'm coming to you from the border. Over there, you're looking at Tijuana. That's a Tijuana billboard over there. What do you think of that? Right in San Diego County, California. Okay, we've only been we didn't really get hassled by Border Patrol. They just were curious what the fuck we were doing, which I guess is understandable because we are somewhat sketchy out here. But what we're looking for is one of the most endangered plants in California, if not the United States, the Baja birdbush. Okay, a member of the blueberry family, Ericaceae, Ornithostaphylos oppositifolia, because it's got opposite leaves, opposite foliage, and it's a relative of this guy right here, also in the blueberry family, Xylococcus bicolor. Bicolor, those curled leaves, bright white abaxial surface. Abaxial surface is just a funny word for underside of the leaves, but abaxial can refer to any plant structure. Anyway, you can see the fruit still on it, the little berries. Okay, so what these plants do, because this whole region is adapted to fire. This is the Mediterranean climate, where the hottest time of the year, the summer, is also the driest time of year. Rains come in the winter. Look at all that salvia. That's all salvia. It's like Clevelandii or mellifera. But what these plants do is they've adapted to fire. So these berries will be produced from the flowers after the flowers are pollinated. Okay, they will either get eaten by a bird, shed out somewhere, or they'll just fall into the duff and create a soil seed bank down there. You could probably dig quite deep in there and see. Actually, no, it's not much. But either way, they'll accumulate at the base of the plant, and then once a fire comes through, preferably a low-burning fire, the seeds will germinate. Clears everything out, the seeds germinate. Is that a peso? Oh, score! Look at that. That's 1 peso. That's like, Christ, what is it, like 3 cents? Man, I don't know, 10 cents, 5 cents? Yeah, it's 5 cents. Anyway, look at the bark, okay? All the members of this clade, this group of the blueberry family, have that nice, smooth bark. The manzanitas, Camerostaphylos, Camerostaphylis, Arbutus, the madrones, and Ornithostaphylos, the Baja birdbush. So we're gonna get into the cut. Hopefully we won't get hassled by the cops anymore. We're gonna go find this fucking plant. The last place that this plant grows in the United States. You got a slightly larger population in coastal Baja, but it only extends about, I don't know, 80 to 100 miles south of the border. And that's it. That's the entire world population of this plant. Right? Coastal Baja, about 80 to 100 miles south of the border. And then this small population on this side of the border fence right here. So let's go check it out. I just want to know what they're doing in there. You know, they got nudie booths. They got glory holes. What's going on in there? They got like video games set up. Maybe they're doing bong rips in there. Oh, there's the truck right there. Maybe they're doing bong rips and playing Call of Duty. I don't know what they're doing in there, but I just want to know. I just want to know what they're doing in there. And before Al got mad at me because I threw a piece of choy at him, which I admit was kind of fucked up, okay, he does draw the line in our friendship at non-consensual pain, but I just thought, you know, I thought maybe he was in the mood, but he wasn't, so he stormed off. But before he stormed off, he would have wanted to know what they're doing in there too. You don't know what they're doing in there. See, they got the camo up. You don't know what they're doing in there. Oh, Tijuana, doesn't it look nice over there? Look at, I could smell the, some of the automobile exhaust. I don't know. Why would you build a fucking condo facing the border wall? Unless you got a sick sense of humor or something. Jesus Christ. A zone of human misery. But anyway, here we got Ornithostaphylos oppositifolia, one of the rarest plants in the United States, in California especially. Member of the blueberry family, Ericaceae, related to manzanitas. Look at that beautiful white abaxial surface. Oh, look at the wax. You like stomato wax, you prick? Huh? That beautiful white. And again, when it flowers in the winter, I mean, a couple months, it'll have these really pretty pendant urn-shaped flowers with the buzz pollination with the shit. But this is the only population that still exists in the United States. We haven't gotten kicked out by Border Patrol yet, but they got the cameras everywhere. You like being kicked out of places by men in suits? Not me. Well, not really. Look at that. So this is one of the most remarkable things. You can't really tell. I got to get down in the bush about this plant. But one of the most remarkable things is that beautiful bark. Like many members of the madrone and manzanita clade of the blueberry family. Clade is just another fancy word for group. Okay, an evolutionarily related group. Look at that smooth bark. So all these people in California who love planting the dreaded crepe myrtle, a plant that does not like growing in a place that doesn't get summer rain. Okay, they're from Asia where they get summer rain. Completely inappropriate to grow here, okay, in a Mediterranean climate. All those people who love planting crepe myrtles because it's got this smooth bark. There's so many native alternatives. You could plant the Ornithostaphylos, okay, participate in an act of ecological restoration in your front yard, and then generate seed to possibly grow more. But you need the liquid smoke treatment to grow these guys, all right? Like some of the members of the Manzanita group. Time! It's all just a matter of time. Are you fine? Have you ever committed a crime? So there you go, Stephanomeria diegensis, another wonderful native plant. Leafless right now, it's just blooming off of the energy that it photosynthesized in the past couple months. No fucking leaves on it. The only photosynthetic part of this plant that's active right now, you could see, is those receptacular, not the receptacular bracts, the phyllaries on that involucre. Because this is what you're looking at right there, an involucre. All right, chicory subfamily of Asteraceae. Eriogonum fasciculatum. Brown as the season here. Oh, look, they got a double border wall. Wonder how much money that cost. It's just got to look good for the taxpayers, okay? It doesn't have to, might be overkill, but it's just got to look good for the taxpayers. Look at that Malacothamus. Which Malacothamus you think this is? It's got that the distinct angular branching style of many members of Malvaceae. Get closer, you see those palmate leaves with the stellate trichomes. See that? Look at all the look at it. It's got like a chalky color, like a chalky green. It's it. You know the ice cream sandwich? Maybe not. Anyway, so there's all the, look at that. Look at all the hairs. Stellate trichomes. Just a fluffy fucking plant that's adapted to the hottest time of the year being the driest time of the year. Beautiful pink cotton family, hibiscus family flowers when it goes off. And each one of these was a flower. Of course, they're done. This was blooming in the spring. But if you crack open that calyx, you might just find some seeds in there. Look at that beast. Look at that tender beast. Tender fucking wizard. Oh, he's a soft man. He's a gentleman with feelings. He's a sensitive man. Okay? He'll write you a fucking poem. Look, he's a furry. Look at a furry fuck. Oh, yeah. Never seen one of you before. What the shit you doing? Oh, you just trying to hide out, huh? You don't want to be filmed right now. You just sign a waiver, huh? Look at that. Good. You can hear the roar of the city right there. And you got that big border wall. But right here, we got another cool plant. You know, you'd see this, you wouldn't know what the shit it was. But this, oh, you know what? I thought this was Selaginella cinerascens, which also forms a great carpet like that. But this is not what this is. This is a fucking lichen. What the shit is that? Look at it. There's the little fruiting bodies, the little tubes. I wish I could, I forgot the name of them already because I'm not a lichen guy, but Adenostoma fasciculatum, rose family, Camus, Camiso, etc. You know, Adenostoma sparcifolium is a little prettier, the red shank. It's got the red, more vibrant red bark and it's taller, but we'll take what we can get. Peritoma arborea, the bladder pod. Cleomaceae is the family, same order as mustards. Got a beautiful, again, like the mint Itzit color to it. The foliage smells absolutely terrible. Okay, Cleomaceae also get in South Africa too. It's known for producing very unpleasant smelling foliage. It's called the bladder pod because the fruit looks like a little bag, and the flowers themselves are actually quite showy. But again, another plant that, you know, you keep this in a pot, it's gonna look like shit. You stick it in the ground and then just don't water it and they fucking take off. So just everything here is so adapted. Look at this substrate too. You get all these iron-rich pebbles. It's a mixture of marine sediments with a little bit of intrusive igneous rock. Actually, this might all just be marine sediments, but you know, aside from the sedimentary rock, the main rock type here is volcanic and intrusive igneous rock, like granite. You know, so molten rock that cooled very slowly over time. Look at a nice yucca. I'm impressed with this. You got quite a large population here. One of the rarest plants in the United States. Where's the red diamond rattlesnake? Somebody lost a shoe. Where's the red diamond rattlesnakes? Beautiful bastards, supple bastards. There's the Mission Manzanita, Xylococcus, bicolor, with the fruit still on it. The berries, ooh, still on it. You like berries? See, so close relative of the Baja birdbush, also an Ericaceae, the blueberry family. A little bit more scabbard texture to those leaves, and the leaves curl under. Again, which is an adaptation to this dry climate, all right? But the bark, it's still got that pretty bark, that smooth bark, but in my humble opinion, it's not as gentle, it's not as soothing as that of Ornithostaphylos. Look at that, another great fucking native plant that could be used in a garden. It's not flowering now, But when it does flower, you'd have 200 or 300 tiny white flowers right there. Melasma laurina, a member of the Anacardiaceae. Okay, many members of this family use that oily wax to prevent evapotranspiration, thus making themselves very drought tolerant and very look at all the wax on it. Look at the wax. You like the wax? Okay. Poison oak, cashew, mango family. A third of plants in that family produce urushiol, which induces a contact dermatitis in humans, but melasma does not contain it. Okay, but I've definitely encountered plants that do contain it that I didn't know they contained it at the time. Okay, like in the Caribbean or in parts of Mexico, and I got the rash, had to go on La Prednisona later on. But either way, look at it. It gets massive, you know, and they're so fucking hardy. And when the thing is lit up, I mean, each one of those brown little tufts is a mass of white flowers in the spring. Okay, so there we are. We're looking north. We got the border wall over there. Okay, to take photos and show to the taxpayers. You say you're doing something. I mean, you would get people coming over, but they're gonna come. The drugs are still gonna make it over. The people will be stopped. But some people really get worked up and horny about that. Anyway, so that all aside, let's not talk about that, all right? You don't talk about politics or religion on a railroad, so let's not talk about it here, fucker. But what you got right here is Ornithostaphylos oppositifolia, and that's where the fucking magic happens down there. See that? When it's not flowering, that's where the fucking magic happens. You see that? Look at the wrinkles in that beautiful smooth bark. Huh? Almost profane. So subtle, so smooth. So soft, so soothing. When you want to kill your boss or drive your car into a brick wall at 90 miles per hour, that will soothe you. Okay? Get this in your yard. There's a couple nurseries in a region that grow it. Most of it's grown from cuttings, but it's not impossible to germinate the seeds. You just got to figure out how to do it with the liquid smoke. Okay, mix some liquid smoke with water, maybe heat it up to just below boiling, pour it over the seed, let it soak. My friend Kiyamara has germinated quite a few seeds of this. So there's that, folks. You can see it's kind of dying back. Everything looks like shit right now. Brown is the season. Everything is stressed out. Again, coming to California in the month of early October, okay, in the months of September, October, and expecting things to look nice is like going to the Midwest in January and then getting upset because none of the plants are green or flowering. Okay, so this is kind of like our winter now here. All right, brown is the season. It's dry. It hasn't rained in a while. Should be raining in a month or two, but and when it does, these are lit up. So the time for these to shine is like February, maybe January, February. You can see there's the old flowers there. Well, flowers are gone, but those are the pedestals. And there's a fruit, a little berry. So, and there's probably a prodigious amount of seed in that soil seed bank, just waiting for a fire to come. Perhaps started by Border Patrol, perhaps not. And light everything up, clear away all the brush, all this dead shit, and then stuff will just come roaring back to life with the onset of rain. There's another Baja bird bush over there, another Ornithostaphylos. But that fucking bark is a banger, man. Look at it. You think Manzanita's got nice bark when you look at Ornithostaphylos. The gentle, thin, lacy foliage. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Have a good rest of your evening or day or afternoon or whatever the fuck time it is where you're watching this. Go fuck yourself. Bye.